The following was recorded in front of a live studio audience at the Studio 21 Podcast Café. This is the United Podcast Network.
Welcome to the Sicilian Corner, winner of the Italian Heritage Media Award, with your hosts, Tom Zappola and Mike Lamazzo.
Mikey boy, how are you, my man?
You know something, Tom? I think I'm doing quite well. Thank you for asking, though. I appreciate it.
No, Mikey, actually, you really look nice today. I like the look. You've got kind of like a James Bond look going today. I like that.
Okay. Because your opinion, really, it makes my day.
Well, I mean, you got the black thing on. You kind of look like a hitman.
Yeah, that could be, too. David, how are you, my friend?
Good.
Good. Good.
We weren't ready to be talked
sipping a cup
to.
of coffee.
You got me
Chrissy,
mid
how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
You know something? It's a beautiful morning.
It is.
It
Absolutely beautiful.
It is. I think it's nicer here than Florida.
One thing
Well, I
That's why
hold
he's
on.
coming
I'll
home
take
soon.
exception to that. It is going to be 76 degrees today.
Oh, that's good.
And
That's good.
no wind, so we're going to have a nice day.
My brother Bob was complaining yesterday. It was extremely, extremely humid. They
It
had
was
quite a
yesterday.
few
We had some
quite a
rain
few
that came through big time, Mikey.
thunderstorms. Yeah, that's what he said.
Big time. But anyway, welcome to the Sicilian Corner. Programming note, as we've been saying for the last 3 weeks, this is the last show that we're doing live. Starting next week, we're going to be pre-recording a day or two before the show. Reason being so that Mikey and I, when the show is actually airing, we can communicate with everyone. We'll be sitting at the computers and we'll be commiserating with you guys. I'm kind of looking forward to that.
Yeah,
Mikey.
I'd like to hear people's comments that
Right.
write in, and to be able to communicate, I think adds a dimension to the show that is a big plus. You know, I know you have at least one person that writes into you every week, so you know you can answer her. But
No, I'm seriously, I'm looking forward to it. All kidding aside, Mike, I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be good. It's going to be good. But anyway,
I'd like to
we
give
have a great
shout-out-
show today.
I'd like to
Go ahead.
give a shout out, Tommy, to Roger's wife, Linda. She just had some minor surgery done on her wrist, and I know she's listening in, and I hope she gets better quickly. When you have surgery on your fingers and palm, boy, I'll tell you, it takes a while for that to come together. So it's painful because everything you do with your hands. You're touching this, you're touching that, you're banging it. It's a pain in the butt.
Well, our best out to her.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, listen, we have a good show today. Actually, we have a very good show today, as everybody in the Merrimack Valley knows, and actually throughout the whole Commonwealth. There's a real issue going on in the North End about the restaurants being charged to open for outdoor dining. So Mike and I decided we called one of our dearest someone that we love. She's been part of our family for many years now, Pam Donnaruma, the owner and the publisher of the Post-Gazette, the North End newspaper. Now, when I spoke to Pam, I said, Pam, we're not looking, the thing we don't want to do, and obviously she's a newspaper woman and she owns a newspaper. All we're looking to do is for Pam to kind of give both sides of the story, and then we're going to make our own decisions you can make your own decision as to who you think is right, who you think is wrong. We really have to clarify that. Pam is really impartial and she has to report the news. So that's what she's basically going to do, Mikey.
You know who I'd love to chat with on the phone? Maria. Maria she's got her opinions, boy, let me tell you. Maria works for Pam, and she has been for many years, and she's a right arm. But boy, I'll tell you.
Remember her dog?
Oh,
Freeway?
Freeway.
Remember Freeway?
Sure.
Yeah,
You know that TV show, Heart to Heart, that was on many years ago?
I
Well,
do.
their dog was named Freeway, too. And he was a cute little thing, just like Maria's Freeway.
Hey, Mikey, by the way,
Yeah.
you and I had a conversation last week. The entire Italian conglomerate from Florida, all my paisans, they are coming up, 4 couples or 5 couples? 5 couples coming up the weekend of the Fisherman's Feast. And Pam is gracious enough to make accommodations for all of us, including Pam and Louie and Dottie. And
it'll be good to see Dottie.
Yeah. We're going to bring them all in, and we're going to have dinner the night of the feast, the Saturday night of the Fisherman's Feast at La Suma.
That's the 20th, right? That's the 20th of August?
20th, Saturday night the 20th. Looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Really
Barbara
looking forward
and
to it.
I mentioned Pam's name so many times to Barbara, she's dying to meet her. So
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. We're going to have some fun with that. What else? Oh, you're listening to us, obviously. Mikey is at the Studio 21 Podcast Cafe.
I love these gigs. This is beautiful. I love being here. I like the company.
What's with all the cups in front of you? What the hell is that all about?
I get a royalty if I put three. If I put 3 cups that say Studio 21 Podcast Cafe, because that's what we're on. So I line these up over here, and then when David comes in, he gives me thumbs up. So at the end of the month, I get a couple of bucks. So it all helps, Tom. It all helps.
That's the one thing I miss, the free coffee, which we probably pay for, but those wonderful cups. Mikey, and I'm going to be home in 3 weeks.
I'm looking forward to it too.
3 weeks, we'll be back in the studio together. It'll be fun.
I know we break each other's chops, but I do miss you. And in the show, when you're here, it's to me.
I think
I have a good time.
And I do too. You know something, Mikey, because you sit next to me, I can kind of rub up against you. Things like that. I really do enjoy it.
I had a very difficult time this morning, boy. I had something happen that really disturbed the living bejeebers out of me.
Jesus Christ, here we go. What happened?
Don't use the Lord's name in vain. Come on now. That's not nice. Knock it off.
What happened?
I was taking a shower and, I washed my hair. Do you know that I found 3 pieces of hair on the bottom of the shower?
What happened, Mikey? They must have fallen out of the toupee.
Tom, I don't like the way this sounds, and I don't like the way it's going.
Have you noticed my hair? Mikey, do you see the back of it?
We can't, Tommy. We don't have that kind of a view. But
I like that. I like it. It's long in the back. I kind of like the look.
One. Yeah, Ronnie Valenti Jr.
Well, no, it's not as long as Ronnie, but Ellen, she pretty much jumps on me now every night, which I kind of find.
When you say jumps on you, Tom, what is she doing?
She gets me in a headlock.
Oh, in a headlock.
Yeah, okay. Pretty much.
Are you still shaving the back?
Once every 6 weeks.
As you're getting older now, it becomes a little bit distance, right? There's more time.
Once every 6 weeks.
That does it.
What she does is she'll shave my neck and then she shaves my back. And what we've done is we accumulate all of the hair and we're making pillows out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Sounds good.
Hey, listen, I got a question for David. David, did you buy a new car?
We've tried. We've done all the paperwork.
Well, you bought the car.
We bought the car, yeah. We've done all the paperwork, waiting for the title and whatnot to come in so they can process at Bach. And that still hasn't come in. This is day 5.
Now, what did you buy?
A Kona EV, electric vehicle, a Hyundai Kona.
Wow. And you know something? You know what I did?
What'd you do?
I bought a car, brand new 2022, sight unseen.
Yeah, that's what we had to do, too. What'd you get?
I bought another. I looked at a lot of cars down here, and I called my good friend Gary Katila up at Commonwealth Motors, and I bought another brand new Nissan Rogue.
Beautiful.
Nice car.
2022, and it's coming in next week, Mikey. And guess who I've employed to test drive it? Wayne Peters, because he just bought one. He bought one in October.
Yeah, I remember.
So we've had the same car for a couple of years. I said, you know something, Ellen, we like the car that we have. Why screw around? So I bought another one.
You know something. Best of luck with it. Speaking of Wayne, I'm actually having supper with him Tuesday night up at Malise.
Who's paying?
Well, I hope he is, because I'm not bringing my wallet.
You know something, with the freaking money you have, for crying out loud, you should be paying for every meal that you go out with every friend. And I'm getting tired of it.
Wow.
I guess he told me, huh?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
I mean, you really should, Mikey. With all the money you have, you have to spend your money. You can't take it with you.
Okay.
Not only that, but you should be bringing in food, donuts.
Wait a minute.
Muffins
Chrissy,
every Friday for
last
our two producers.
Let's listen to what Chrissy had to say. Chrissy,
Okay,
last
Chris.
week, did I participate in the breakfast meal?
Yeah, you refused to let me pay. He wouldn't let me pay.
Thank you.
got
I
us all
think you owe me
breakfast.
an apology, T.
I don't know what you're worried about. This coming from the guy that skips his way down to Florida every other summer, winter, whatever.
Well,
He's
yeah, but
giving you a hard time.
don't pay anything.
Somebody can afford to go to Florida every winter, and someone stays in New Hampshire. So let's not talk about who has money and who doesn't. There,
Yeah.
Mr.
Well,
Zappola.
yeah, but Chrissy, when I come back, I'm going to shower you with bagels.
Are you?
I like it.
I'm gonna hold you to it.
I like the idea about the shower pot. I don't know about the bagels.
I'll take the
love
bagel.
They're going to have cream
bagels.
cheese?
If you want cream cheese, I'll bring cream cheese, but
Please.
I will bring in bagels. Not every week. When you guys don't harass me, I'll bring them in.
Oh, we should get Chef Joe back on to make us those.
Hey,
fresh
you
bagels.
know, on the 20th that we talked about the Fisherman's Feast, I was pricing hotel rooms in the area, and I looked at Battery Wharf, I looked at the Long Wharf, the Boston Harbor. So I says, this is crazy. I mean, it's amazing what they get, especially on a Saturday
Mikey,
night.
you're wrong. You're wrong. Hold on. Pam, when we bring Pam on, Pam was a big help yesterday. Tommy Cerrito, my good friend, called me. He and Roseanne called yesterday asking about recommendations because the last time they were here, they were at the Marriott Long Wharf, and this year it's like $575 or $590.
That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, but Mikey, they just booked 5 rooms at Battery Wharf for $359 a night.
Yeah, but you're not facing the water. I don't want to face the Coast Guard station. I want to look at the freaking water. If I'm going to be there, I'm going to be in the Boston Harbor. Give me the water.
Well, you take a glass and you put the glass of water.
You know what I did? I
Where you stay?
called the Encore, got a room there. I get on the boat, take the boat through the harbor.
Actually, that's a
it
very
drops
good
me off
idea.
at Christopher Columbus Park. I walk down 2 streets and up to Barbara Lasuma's restaurant.
What a
That's
great
what I'm
idea.
doing. And then
That's
take
actually-
the boat back. At night in the harbor on that boat, it's absolutely pristine, gorgeous. And the boats that the Encore have, they're like mini yachts, Tom. They're beautiful.
Hey, do they still have the Odyssey boat?
Yes. Yeah, they have the
Yacht?
both of them.
That
Yeah.
was my last sail with my ex-wife.
That's not a sail.
Or whatever it was.
A
That was
sail.
my last
What do you
boat
got?
trip.
4 sails on it, that big thing?
I don't know what the hell it was, but it was my last boat
You
trip
know,
with my ex-wife.
it's funny because if you're on that and you're going out of the harbor and you go by the airport, the plane's landing. You look up, you think they're going to hit you in the head. They're so close to you. I mean, it's amazing.
Those were the old days. I wish the damn boat sunk, but that's okay. No problem. Anyway.
Cruel.
All right, listen, we're going to take a break. Pam is in the house, Pam Donnaruma. We're going to chat. So we'll do a segment with Pam, talk about the goings on in the North End. So we're going to bring Pam in. She's lovely. Mike, you're going to check her office out. With the photographs.
It's a museum,
on the wall.
Tom. You can
It is a freaking museum.
You go in that office, you're there for an hour just looking at pictures, and you're still not. Any president, it's unbelievable. Mayors of Boston, presidents.
I know.
If they're coming into the North End, they go by to see Pam. She's the
Absolutely.
unofficial mayor of the North End.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. Pam's going to join us, so hang in there, and we will be right back.
Looking for that something special? All of us here at the Sicilian Corner suggest trying Ristorante Uno, located at 119 Salem Street in Boston's historic North End. For the most exquisite dining experience in an intimate setting that serves authentic regional Italian cuisine and features old country service. Try Ristorante Uno. Did we mention their award-winning wine cellar? Ristorante Uno, 119 Salem Street in Boston's historic North End. Call 617-573-9406 for reservations. That's 617-573-9406. Tell them the boys from the Sicilian Corner sent you.
Today, Lawrence General Hospital has affiliations with leading Boston academic medical centers. Top specialists from Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center and Floating Hospital for Children at Tufts Medical Center work with our local doctors to bring world-class care close to home. Today, amazing partnerships are happening at Lawrence General Hospital. To learn more, visit lawrencegeneral.org/today.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine is pleased to announce the opening of their American College of Radiology accredited MRI unit at their location at 16 Pelham Road in Salem, New Hampshire. So now, in addition to receiving the best orthopedic care in the Merrimack Valley, as well as physical and occupational therapy at Optima Sports Therapy and Rehab, you can also have your MRI, all in one convenient location. The doctors and staff of Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine have been dedicated to providing outstanding medical care to the Merrimack Valley in southern New Hampshire since 1984. Located on Route 97, just off Exit 2 from Route 93 North, on the second floor of the Workout Club of Salem. You deserve the best care, and that's exactly what you'll get from the board-certified surgeons at Essex Orthopedics and Optima Sports Medicine. Please call 603-898-2244 to schedule an appointment.
A loyal sponsor for the Sicilian Corner is Hilton Oil Company. Hilton Oil has been located right across from the South Lawrence Common since 1932 at 101 South Union Street. Hilton Oil Company specializes in 24-hour burner service, oil deliveries, including automatic deliveries, serving all the Merrimack Valley area, plus portions of southern New Hampshire. If you want your car fixed right the first time, bring it to Hilton's state-of-the-art service station. Remember, Hilton's is also a Mass State inspection station. Hilton Oil Company, 101 South Union Street in Lawrence. Call 978-687-9793.
This is Cindy
and Mike Kunstler,
owners of Grazie Italian Restaurant in Dracut, Massachusetts,
the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
In addition to spectacular views overlooking our golf course, we have an incredible Italian chef, Benny Curti.
Benny was born and raised in Italy and came to be our executive chef in 2013.
Benny is so passionate about cooking. If you haven't experienced the food at Grazie Italian Restaurant, you're truly in for a treat.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club.
They must be homeless. Oh my God. Should have seen what you saw.
Okay, we are back. And we are going to bring in, we call her the First Lady of the North End. We love her, Pam Donnaruma. Hi, Pam.
Hi, how are you today?
Good. Hey, before we chat, though, Mikey, why don't you tell our audience about our good friends at Butcher Boy?
You know something, Tom? It's a pleasure. I'd like to talk about my good friend Tommy Amin and the great staff at the Butcher Boy Market. Families, foodies, and home chefs come together at the Butcher Boy to talk good food and to create traditions. They offer the best in quality cuts of beef. We've talked about this. Pork, lamb, poultry, and restaurant-style steaks. Many people that are listening to us remember the Butcher Boy Steakhouse. Produce, all of the produce is hand-selected to complement any meal. Their deli is amazing, Tommy. The imported cold cuts that they bring in.
Fantastic.
I'm serious.
I know. I've had them. They're great.
They have an outstanding selection, cheeses, antipasto, the whole 9 yards. And don't forget the Butcher Boy Bakery, featuring all kinds of sweets from all over the state. And you know something? Many of it is cooked right on hand, right at the bakery. That's the Butcher Boy, where the secret to a great steak is what, Tom?
The steak itself, Mikey.
All right, brother. All right, I hear you. That's the Butcher Boy Market.
Great food, everything there. All right, let's bring Pam in. Pam, how are you, my dear?
Good. How are you today, both of you?
We're doing well, Pam. Pleasure to chat with you.
You know, Pam, we've been talking. It's been all over the news. A lot going on in the North End. And, you know, you're kind of right in the middle of it, reporting it. And not only that, but you're literally right in the middle of it because the office is right at the corner of Hanover and Donnarumma Way. So you're right there. So I guess the question is, let's hear the pros and cons. I don't even want to call it the pros and cons, but you have the fors and against. So I guess the first question is, and Mikey, let's just toss it. For the people that are in favor of it, does that make up? I'm in favor of paying the $7,500. Does that represent the majority of restaurant owners, minority, the general public? How's that all working?
That represents the majority of the restaurant owners.
It does.
It does.
That's interesting.
Now,
I wouldn't have thought so.
I think we have to do a little preface before we even talk about it.
Sure.
You know, outdoor dining started because of the COVID virus to help all businesses in the North End to, you know, stay open and continue.
Right.
Yep.
Once it allowed them to start opening. So we've had it for 2 years. This is our third year. So the mistakes were made. They try to fix some of the mistakes. But now we can go on to why it's a problem.
And I mean, right off the top of my head, I could think of a millions why it's a problem. Can you go over some of those things? Why?
Okay. First of all, the North End is a very congested neighborhood. And we still have lots of residents here, children, elderly. So that in itself is a problem. We have small streets. So anything that happens on the streets poses a problem. And with tables on the street, I don't think people realize that the tables are on the street. They're not on the sidewalk. So when you do that, you take away a lane of traffic. And then when you do it on the other side, like on Hanover Street, you take another lane. So now we only have 2 lanes. Now, all of these restaurants and businesses need delivery. What happens when they have delivery? Where do these big trucks go? We find them, like last year, parking on side streets and taking all their wine bottles and, all the cartons and walking up and down the streets to deliver them to the stores.
Now, that's going to be tough.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be tough.
If we were like Newbury Street and all the other streets, in Boston, they're wide. Sometimes they're 3 sections wide. So, and then they have the parking on the street. So they're really not as impacted on it like we are.
Yeah. And the other thing is, I mean, it's not the best place to have a meal sitting on Hanover Street with trucks going by you and the fumes. I mean, it's nothing. There is nothing pretty about it.
We can talk about the safety factor of that. If
Yeah,
there's an
absolutely.
accident, if there's a fire and an ambulance needs to get by, or a fire truck needs to get by, they have a problem. They have hit some barriers, going around the corners, because they were supposed to be 6 feet from the corner, but they're not 6 feet from the corner. Now they're going to make it different. But, so that's one side. And then we have to talk about the residents who live down here. Some of them are elderly. It's not fun to be able to, bring your packages out of your car because you parked it in the garage, and you can't drive up the street and stop your car and bring your packages up into your house.
Understandable.
Because you can't park.
Pam,
Go
ahead.
On Salem Street is a one-way street. So if you take a row of tables and put them on the street, you just have one lane and you can't stop because then all the traffic. We have funerals. What happens to the funerals on Hanover Street? people do have to drive to a funeral.
Yeah, Tommy and I were caught up. We were at the Tony DeMarco, and it was mind-boggling. I kept on saying to Tom, because he was good enough to drive, man, oh man, this is awful. I mean,
and keep in mind, Mikey, that was a weekday. That wasn't, a Saturday afternoon, or the restaurants were open. There was outdoor dining, but it was difficult to maneuver that day for the funeral. Pam, you were there, remember?
Yes. Yeah. I think the bottom line for the residents, the North End was not built for outdoor dining.
Absolutely
It
not.
wasn't built for anything to be on the streets but a car, and on the sidewalks, people.
What if you make it one way? What if Hanover's...
We have, people will say, well, other areas of Boston have outdoor dining. Yes, but they don't have a restaurant in practically every single doorway.
Pam, how many restaurants are there in the North End?
Over 100.
I don't know. Over 100, I think.
All right, because now
you talk about the small ones too.
Of the 120 in your estimation, are they all in favor of outdoor dining, or are there certain ones that don't want any part of it?
Well, there are a lot of them that do not want outdoor dining, but they won't talk about it, openly, because if the restaurant next door to them stays open, who are the people going to go to first?
Good
them
point.
Or them, and so they have a problem with that. They want business too, and they think they're going to lose business by not having outdoor dining.
All right, so Mayor Wu and I don't know if it was the city council, they decided 3 or 4 days ago that if you wanted to open your restaurant and do outdoor dining, they were going to charge you $7,500 for the year to do so. And for the season.
And their season, keep in mind, Tommy, is shorter than any other neighborhood for outdoor dining.
It's by a month. It's shorter.
But both ends, both sides.
Taking that and putting it aside, though, there was a big meeting, day before yesterday, I believe, Pam, right, at Filippo's with all the restaurant owners, and they decided to fight back, and they're refusing to pay the $7,500 to the city, and they're going to sue.
Them.
They're going to sue. So the question, Pam, is what's going to happen there? What's going to happen if they say, hey, we're not paying, but we're still going to set up? Are the Boston Police Department going to come in and start breaking tables down? How is that all going to work, in your opinion?
Well, nobody knows, because nobody was allowed at that meeting except for the restaurant owners. So we don't know what they're going to do. But I don't know what they're going to do. Nobody knows. Even if they get an attorney and they go to court, it's going to be half the season over by the time they get started.
Good point.
I don't think, the law, to put a table outside and to serve food, I don't think you can do that without the correct permits.
It's an ordinance.
I don't know. Will the restaurants really take over everybody? It comes bottom line back to the same old thing. We weren't built to have restaurants on the street. We just weren't built for it. It doesn't fit.
Yeah.
It just doesn't go. But they have to understand that now that the virus is over, these restaurants are packed inside. They're going to get their business back. Everybody's going to go back to normal again.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
And you have to remember, we had a very rainy season last year.
Yeah.
These restaurants were out there in the rain. They had to, give up their food because it would start raining in the middle of their meal.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's a very difficult, talking to some of the people who work for restaurants, they don't like it. They work it because they need a job. And they have to work for, the restaurant. But a lot of the waitresses and waiters, they don't really like it. They hate, bringing out cold food and everything like that.
Is Marie?
That's Maria. She's sneezing. God bless you, Maria.
Maria's not checking out on us, is she?
Hey, I wanted to ask you, Pam, making Hanover Street one way, plus or minus, I mean, would it be advantageous or would it be a negative?
Hold on, Mike. Are you saying with or without the restaurants? Just making it one way, period?
No, if I personally gotta have a gut feeling that I don't know how one restaurant will be out on the street and pay the $7,500 and the one next to them won't, because people are gonna absolutely go to being outside.
Oh, you're right.
But my point is, if it's one lane of traffic, would that be a plus or a minus?
Well, it's only half of Hanover Street. Okay. So you're going to have to turn down down Cross Street. Now, if you want to come back into the North End, you're going to have to go up Salem Street.
Right. Which is.
Or you have to go down to Filippo's and go up Atlantic Ave.
Yeah, but wait a minute, Pam. You're saying it's only half of Hanover Street. But if you go down, aren't there restaurants heading towards the water? Aren't there restaurants past Lucia's?
Yes, way past.
Yeah.
Right. So, but you're saying only half of Hanover. Only half of Hanover is going to be closed?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you come down from Commercial and start on Hanover Street,
yes. Yep.
The water.
Yeah.
Okay. You can go straight down.
Yeah, but I mean, you're going to go all the way to Tony's statue,
but
right?
Nobody can come up Hanover Street.
Oh, I got you. I
Cross
understand.
Street.
Okay.
I know it's a little confusing. So the people that are on Cross Street have to go straight.
Gotcha.
And they can go up Salem Street, or they can continue down and they can go up Atlantic Ave, Commercial Atlantic Ave, whatever they want to call it, where the Filippo's is. And then they can come down Prince Street, I was there Saturday night on Prince Street. It was already backed up. I mean, you couldn't get down Prince Street because the traffic was so bad. So they can go down to Hanover Street and come around.
Pam,
So
it's
going to be a circle.
Okay.
I got you. Is this going to cause, or has it caused animosity between property owners? I'm talking, for instance, restaurant versus restaurant, or a convenience store versus restaurants. Is there?
No. No.
Okay.
No, I don't think there's any anger. I mean, but if one restaurant doesn't want to have outdoor dining and that other restaurant takes over that spot, that might cause a problem. If one restaurant has valet parking and the other one doesn't, that's going to cause a problem.
Wow.
I mean, there's so many problems but it's just, we have to forget about all that. We have to talk about the safety factor of crossing the street, the rubbish that continues to grow because we have more and more and more and more, people down here, and we don't have trash cans. And if you put too many trash cans out, it looks like, a horrible scene. We have no place to put all this stuff because we're so congested anyway. We are very, very congested down here. So this outdoor dining is just causing more congestion for everybody.
Yeah. The ones who are losing the most is people like Maria who live in the North End. I can't even imagine how difficult it is to be a resident of the North End with those small streets and the amount of tourists and traffic that's created. Now you put the tables out there. My God, you gotta. It's a disaster. I mean, if I lived there, I'd be bitching and moaning like crazy.
Yeah, Mikey and Pam, I have to agree with both of you. And when you really take a step back and you look at the whole picture, I know that me personally, if I not living in the North End, I would love to be able to come down on a Saturday evening, a beautiful summer evening, and do some outdoor dining. But when you think about it, and you really think about you dig into and get into the bowels of the problem, it really is a problem.
I don't understand why $7,500 tariff being assessed.
That's all the extra things that they're going to have to do in order to keep it clean. From what I understand, nobody has given any explanations for anything. So I'm talking on what I'm assuming the $7,500 is for. The $7,500 is to get more police here, to get more inspectors here, to get more trash collection here, to get sweeping people who sweep the streets, to get the place so that it's at least clean, so that, it doesn't look like Trash City when you're sitting and eating.
Right.
Makes sense.
You can't, if they're, having a cannoli from somewhere and they got a wrapper on it, they drop it on the ground. Now, if you go to Canada, there's a police officer there. I've been in Canada. You don't see
You're right.
of anything on the street. You don't see bubble gum on the street. You don't, you have to walk the streets down here and see what really happens. And then maybe somebody will say, yeah, we have beautiful insides of restaurants. I mean, Frankie has the one that's over the tunnel, and it looks like you're sitting outside. It's beautiful. Some of them have backyards. They're beautiful. In the inside of the restaurants are lovely. They're clean.
Right.
They keep tablecloths on them. So why not eat inside? Now they're thinking, oh, outside is like being in Italy. Come on, anybody who's been in Italy knows what outside dining looks like in Italy.
That's serious. Dead on.
The tourists that come here have no respect for this area. They take a box of pastry and they drop the box on the street when they finish eating it. The coffee cups. So it's not just the restaurant problem that's causing it's everybody. The tourists in the restaurant outside dining brings in more tourists because they sit outside. In the beginning, they allowed you 1.5 hours to eat. You had to be out of the place.
Yeah.
So you couldn't sit around and have another glass of wine. You ate and you got out. Now that's different. So people are out there. Now you have people, say a restaurant is downstairs. You have people who live upstairs. They're putting up with all this noise, screaming, hollering.
People want to have a good time.
Where's Anthony? It's Prince Spaghetti Day. I mean, this goes on all night long. I do not live here, so I can't complain. I don't live here. But the poor people who live here, they say they can't sleep at night. It's horrible. The cars speeding up and down, the motorcycles. There's so much more to this. And I think the mayor knows a lot about it. And the $7,500, if you average it out, it's $400 a week. I mean,
all right, Pam, we got to cut it short because we're going to take a commercial break. We'd like to get you back on in the next maybe the next 4 or 5 weeks to see how things are going. And Ellen and I look forward to seeing you and Louie when we get back.
Okay.
Absolutely. We'd love to get Maria on. I want to hear that little pistol.
Listen,
we can have fun with her.
We're going to take a quick break. Again, Pam, thanks. When we come back, we got a few things to chat about. Hang in there. We'll be right back.
Take care, Pam.
This is David from the Sicilian Corner. Mike, Tom, and I love to go to Salisbury Beach, but we love different things and we can never agree. Tom likes the casual family-style dining with great Italian cuisine, Capri Seaside Italian Grill. Me, I love the elegant romantic vibe, Sea Glass with the amazing view and terrific menu with prices that'll make it the place you want to visit every week. Mike loves a drink in his hand and a cool ocean breeze right off the surf and the rhythms of an even cooler reggae band. We all know Mike loves Bob Marley tunes at Surfside. Who doesn't love a great show? National acts, comedy, regional favorites in the beautiful and intimate Blue Ocean Music Hall. Lucky for us, Atlantic Hospitality is the host of all these great places, and they treat everyone like they're Mike Lamazzo. And best of all, we never have to choose. Park the car once and all of this fun is right at your fingertips. We can have it all in the heart of Salisbury Beach. Find out about all the ways you can have a great night at Salisbury Beach at northshorepavilion.com. And Mike, Tom, and I will see you there.
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carboni's Haverhill Beef, offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverhillbeef.com.
Hi, this is Mike, and I would like to tell you about the Deborah Care Law Offices, a firm that is focused on estate planning, probate, trust administration, and elder law issues. You will feel comfortable discussing important issues concerning both you and your loved ones, as well as having the information you need to make an informed decision about your family's future. How do I know? Because I'm a client of Dan Deborah Care. If you want to have peace of mind knowing that your loved ones are protected, call Deborah Care Law Offices today. In Massachusetts, 978-686-4645. In New Hampshire, 603-894-4141.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
This is Cindy,
And Mike Kunstler,
owners of Grazie Italian Restaurant in Dracut, Massachusetts.
the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
In addition to spectacular views overlooking our golf course, we have an incredible Italian chef, Benny Curti.
Benny was born and raised in Italy and came to be our executive chef in 2013.
Benny is so passionate about cooking. If you haven't experienced the food at Grazie Italian Restaurant, you're truly in for a treat.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club.
Okay, we are back. And Mikey, why don't you tell our friends one more time about our good friends at Butcher Boy?
Yeah, Tom, it's a pleasure. Their wine selection at Butcher Boy, there's over 1,000 different bottles of wine to choose from, different brands.
They have Boone's, Tom?
Yeah, they have the cartons too, the paper cartons with the wine in it.
I like those.
The one you tried to age for 2 years.
Exactly.
You know?
Except I tried. It didn't work, but that's okay.
You know, the trend now, David, I think you'll agree with me, is the craft beers, and they have a massive selection. And I'm a wine drinker. I've never had a beer in my life. I don't care.
I know that. We all know that. You've said it a million times in the year.
And you know something, Tommy? I just said it again. So how do you like that? All right. But I'll tell you, with wine, man, I'll tell you, you get a nice steak and you match it up with a nice red wine, there's nothing better. And, you know, it's a pleasure to walk in and to find. And I mentioned red wines. Tom, as you know, they have a big selection of white wines. And that can also, if that's your taste, can add a wonderful flavor to a steak. You like your wines chilled, so I think that's why you like to go to a white wine. Well, the Butcher Boy has a fantastic selection. And, you know something, once again, it's one-stop shopping, produce, deli, meat, especially the meat. Last week I mentioned the veal cutlets. They're only cut from the top of the round of the veal. So I have to tell you, it's unbelievable. That's the Butcher Boy. It's located at the Butcher Boy Plaza in North Andover, routes 133 at the corner, 133, 125. And I think you're going to really, really enjoy it if you haven't been there.
Stuck to the script, did you?
I ad-libbed a little. I ad-libbed a little bit. My printer left half the promo ad out. So,
I thought, listen to me.
Yeah.
I thought the whole Tannis thing was genius.
Yeah, and I thanked Ellen. I called Ellen, and I
wrote that.
I said, Ellen, thank you very much for writing this wonderful ad.
You don't even mention the Tannis.
I will next week. Gives you
how
another
much thought I put into that?
Yeah, I give you a lot of credit. Didn't I call you up and compliment you?
You did, and I was like excited to hear that word. It just rolls off your mouth. Tannis.
That's a nice word. It really is. The tannins, you spelt it wrong, by the way. The tannins in red wine help enhance the beef flavor. Beef flavor, and then you had period. Then it says, and
all right,
steak
hold on.
and
Give
turn.
that to David. Give me that to David right now. David, will you read that? Give it to David. I'm insisting.
No.
Dave, I just want him to read that one section.
No.
Please, sir. Please.
David. Can you get it?
David,
Hey, Tommy, while he's getting settled back in the producer's chair, that topic we were talking about in the North End, you have anything you'd like to say about it, please write it on Facebook. Let us know, because we're going to be right on top of everything that you guys write in from now on, and we'll be answering. David, go where it says tannins.
David, will you read it like a professional, please?
One of the reasons that red
listen
wine
to the boy.
pairs
Get the
so
radio.
effortlessly with steak is because the tannins in red wine help enhance the beef flavor.
Are you kidding? That is gold. That is gold.
I thanked
That sounded
Ellen.
like
What
a
do you want?
90s action movie trailer.
It's like gold. In a world
Like
where
gold.
tannins are so important.
No, you guys.
You did a nice job. What do you want me to tell you?
No one cares about me reading it.
You did.
Let's have an Australian
Can I be honest? Can I make a confession?
Yeah, Ellen wrote it.
No, I took it off their website.
Jesus, really? I could be held accountable.
Speaking of the website, man, I'll tell you,
Let's have
recipes
Chrissy
are
do it. Let's have Chrissy
website.
do a dramatic read now.
A dramatic read?
Wait a minute, you ready for this? Can we have a drum roll?
I'm like, why
How come
didn't
we
they
don't
let
have
me
sound
read it?
effects?
We're gonna get.
Go ahead, Chrissy.
The tannins in red wine help enhance the beef flavor. Steak, in turn, can make wine taste better too. White wines, on the other hand, can also add a wonderful flavor to a steak. There you go. I could read it. I could read it Aussie and
I'm
be
getting
terrible.
excited.
Yeah.
I'm getting
Genius.
aroused.
Yeah.
I think my toenails just curled.
Where's the
mine
thing with
did
the
too.
tannins?
Hey, listen, Mikey, I was reading this article. We spoke about it briefly yesterday. You know, it's amazing. I was reading an article about companies that are on the verge of either going bankrupt or out of business and are teetering. Listen to this list, David and Chrissy. If you can, this is amazing. Diet Pepsi. Diet Pepsi right now, they're on the fringe of discontinuing it. Just read an article about it because
Is it Pepsi Cola or just Diet Pepsi?
Diet Pepsi.
That's because there's
Diet Pepsi.
50,000, like, there's other flavors, though. Like, is that really the end of the, like, there's
No,
Pepsi
I'm just saying,
Max
and a lot of this has to do, believe it or not, with the, quote, millennial generation. Crocs. C-R-O-C-S, those
Thank
rubber
God.
shoes. Crocs are on the verge of going belly up.
Nothing lost there.
Okay, but here's one that really hits me between the eyes. Campbell Soup.
No way.
Campbell Soup Company is really struggling because
Jesus, I find that hard to believe.
Millennial generation,
Yeah.
the 22 or 21 to 41 now, they're not consuming it.
They don't like soup?
Nope. All right, you ready for this one, David?
Tomato soup and a cheese
David,
sandwich.
You ready for this one?
Yeah.
Budweiser beer.
Ugh,
The original Budweiser beer has gone from number 1 to number 8.
Woo.
And Budweiser is thinking about discontinuing it. And a lot of it has to do with what we're talking about, craft beers. And that generation, they're gravitating now towards craft beers rather than the standard, big.
But you have market share of 8. You're number 8 in that market. Tommy, that's a ton of money, Bill.
Mikey, it's not a ton of money if you're a multi-billion-dollar company and you're 8th in the market. That's they're a company.
Well, I bet you they don't have another brand that's higher than 8. That's my point.
Right. Oh, that's a good point. Very good point.
I mean, why would you get rid of your biggest seller, even if it's 8?
Well, I don't know if that's.
Am I right, David, or what?
I think Bud Light.
Yeah.
Bud Light is probably.
No, you can't nod your head. You have to talk.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
I
better.
would agree with you, Michael.
I know. Right?
And the tannins.
And the tannin. Don't forget the tannins, Tom.
Are you ready for another one?
Go ahead.
Harley Davidson. Harley Davidson
Seriously?
motorcycles. They're on the verge of filing bankruptcy because, again, nobody's buying their motorcycles anymore except baby boomers and some of the older Gen X's.
Tommy, I can't even imagine, David, you just bought an electric vehicle.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine a motorcycle that's electric. It's not right.
Well, it's not going to happen.
It's
I'm just
against
telling
the
you.
creature in nature. I mean, really, it's not right. Go ahead.
Another one.
Yeah.
Jello.
Oh, God. My wife's going to be upset.
Wow.
My wife loves Jello.
Is teetering.
Good.
Chef Boyardee
Well,
Fiat.
that should have been gone a long time ago.
Tiffany.
That's an insult.
But here's one that is really a shocker.
Yeah.
Twitter.
Twitter?
Twitter's
Twitter.
a cesspool.
Twitter's numbers have decreased dramatically in the last 24 months. And it has to do because there's new technology, new platforms like Instagram, for instance. I know Instagram's been around, but Twitter is slowly dying a death.
That's surprising to me.
Slim Fast, Mikey, something that you were on for many years, Slim Fast, going down the chute. Wheaties.
The Breakfast of Champions?
The Breakfast of Champions.
Get out of town.
Going down the chute. And the most disappointing of the whole list.
This is it. This is the big one. How come
Chrissy,
we don't have a drum roll, Chrissy?
David.
Why can't we have music?
Michael.
That's better. Damn, beautiful.
That sounds like
beautiful.
a Harley Davidson.
Okay, go ahead, Tom.
I'm going to tell you what millennials are no longer eating. Cereal. Kellogg's is really hurting.
Wow.
Kellogg's.
Wow.
I love cereal.
So do I. But you know why? Because you're not 21 years old. They don't eat cereal. They are. You know what is surpassing them?
Quinoa. Kale.
No, I'll tell you what's surpassing cereal.
Tofu.
They're eating on the run. The Dunkin' Donuts bagels with egg and cheese.
Go spend $7 every morning at Dunkin'
Those,
Donuts. You know something? 7 times 5, $35. $35 a week times 4, times 52. You know something? You want to save money. You complain you need to have a raise. Stop going to gosh darn Dunkin'.
Mikey, I sit at my...
Have a cup of coffee at home.
I have my cereal, my Cheerios, and my rice checks with a little half a banana and my coffee every morning and read the news, and I'm a happy guy.
I have a banana every morning.
Now, Chrissy, on the other hand, I guarantee she goes to Dunkin' and has one of those things every day. Right, Chris? E?
I don't know. Will we get in trouble if I slander a whole company on the air?
No, go ahead.
I hate them.
Go ahead.
I hate
Do you
Dunkin's.
really?
I hate Dunkin's. I hate it so very much. Only because when I first moved here, I went there so often, and it was just continual
same old.
shitty food.
No, it really
shitty
is
coffee. It's all crap. It's crap.
So wait a second, though. Are you?
Why don't you tell us exactly?
I
how
know.
you
That's
feel?
why I'm like, are you sure we're not going to get sued? We got 2 minutes left. You want me to slander them?
No, but are you one of those breakfast, biscuit guy, English muffins with,
I tend to not, to be honest, I don't really do breakfast a whole lot. I do a coffee. I have a nice big coffee. And I generally will make it from home because most places just don't make it as nice as I make it myself, to be honest. And it's not fancy. I'm going to fess up. It's instant with some creamer and some cinnamon, but the way I do it, I like it. There's a really nice Nescafe instant. Don't knock it till you try it because everyone I put onto it actually agrees that it's nice.
Okay, we got 1 minute to go, Tommy.
All right, Mikey, what's up for the weekend?
Nothing.
Tonight we are going out with all of our Italian friends. They're taking us out for our going. They do this every year.
Are you looking forward to coming home?
Yeah, I am. Yeah,
Okay.
Tonight we're going to a really nice Italian restaurant up in Jupiter called Spotos. Spotos. Supposed to be excellent. Spotos. And there's about 10 of us going tonight, so we're looking forward to it. Have a couple of cocktails, have some nice Italian food, and the rest of the weekend is clear.
Enjoy.
All right, Mikey,
Tell
we love
Ellen
you
I
guys.
appreciate the ads for Butcher Boy.
Special thanks to Pam Donnaruma.
Yep.
Chrissy, thank you for a great job. David, thank you for a great job. Mikey,
Right
have a
on.
great weekend. And to our viewers and listeners, remember, next week we're taping so we can communicate with you next Friday. With that being said, remember, if you can't make fun of yourself, please don't make fun of anyone.
Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Take care.
Have a great week.
Audio Jungle.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this program do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the Studio 21 Podcast Café, the United Podcast Network, its partners, or affiliates.